been invited, if you have a theater near you, to participate in watching the gaming awards at Cinemark. Cinemark will be live streaming.
Go. Yes. Let's do it.
That would be
Cinemark
cool.
Go.
Cinemark will be live streaming to participating movie theaters the full video game awards. You can buy tickets now. You get a cool swag bag, popcorn, drinks, and you can do a jumbo upgrade where you can then watch immediately after the video game awards Jumanji: The Next Level.
Good old jumbo upgrade.
Yeah, it's only Cinemark theaters are playing this. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's for the first time ever. It'll be live streaming on in movie theaters. So that's awesome. If anyone wants to go, that'd be hilarious to go watch.
If I go to if I go to Tinseltown's website, all it shows for Thursday, December 12th is Jumanji and Black Christmas.
And it's probably too. Erie's probably doesn't have enough. Like in Tucson, there's 7 movie theaters. So I'm assuming, yeah. Schroeder, you probably have a couple.
There's only one movie theater here, so.
Yeah, there's a couple around me.
We got goddamn the Yu-Gi-Oh movie. Why can't we get a fucking video game?
We got
That'd be
My
awesome.
Hero, like the fuck.
Yeah. We're getting Withering with You. What the fuck?
I know. I thought that would be awesome. Okay, someone else can go.
All right, Mark, do you have anything else?
I have a bunch of stuff, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we could kind of alternate. Mario Maker's getting a new update, version 2.0 update. That is, they're adding a few things. So this is from Nintendo.com, SuperMarioMaker.Nintendo.com. So some of the things that are gonna add is a new is a new item on there, which is the Master Sword, which will turn Mario into Link, and then you can play through the different levels as Link. Sword and all. Sword and shield and all. Only available in the original Mario maps. They're also adding a dash block for Super Mario 3D World. Frozen coins, just a coin surrounded by ice that you can heat up with like a fire flower or something to open them up. P-blocks are finally coming in, along with P-switches, so you step on the P-switch, changes the blocks to something different. They're adding Spike, one of the classic characters from Mario who throws a big spike ball. And they are also adding Pokies from Super Mario World. The little stacky guys. And he was also, was he in Super Mario World only? I think. I don't know my Mario lore. Dudes that, like the spiky dudes that stack on top of each other. And then you can have Yoshi eat them.
Yeah, they look like cactuses.
Yeah. And then if you play during the night stage, they kind of float around in the air like a dragon. And if you play in the snow, they're snowmen. So that's pretty adorable. Yeah, so that's coming to the Super Mario, and then also a few other things like more speedrun stuff. Ninja speedrun. So basically, just the time challenge courses made by Nintendo, just to speedrun.
Nice.
So there you go. That's all the new stuff coming in Mario Maker version 2.0 free update. Mark, you can go.
Looks like according. Oh, let me bring it up. Shit. If I remember correctly, the newest iPhone, according to 9to5Mac, they rumored that should have no ports on it. It's completely wireless charging.
Nice.
Yeah, the
Not too much
2021 model. That's the one they're doing, theoretically.
Yeah. Pretty weird.
I'm excited. I think that's super cool.
The last Sony State of Play.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out this Tuesday.
Yeah, it is.
9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
gonna be waking up at 9 a.m. on Tuesday.
6 a.m. Pacific time for those in the West Coast.
That's way too fucking early.
I don't understand why it's that early.
That's some like Nintendo level. Hey, we're only doing this at our Kyoto office. Early.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense. It'll be around 20 minutes, and they said they will guaranteed that they were gonna have new releases, new game footage, and a lot more that you're not gonna want to miss this one because it's gonna be amazing. So supposedly they'll talk about Resident Evil 3 remake, The Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy 7.
Probably Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep, that's on there. And go from there. And I'm assuming they'll probably replay a lot of this stuff if they are going to be at the Video Game Awards, because the Video Game Awards, I guess, is going to have a lot of
10 unannounced games. 10
That's awesome.
World premiere.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. So, Tuesday.
Half of them are Final Fantasy remakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All Final Fantasy remakes.
Fucking.
Yeah, we're remaking one.
I'm super curious to see what part 2 of that game is gonna be. If the whole first game is Midgar.
It's probably gonna be all the second disc. And then part 3 is gonna be all the third disc. There you go.
That's true.
Congratulations. I just made Square a bunch of money.
James, what do you got?
Do you want to do the list or my list, or wait a second? Wait a second.
Yeah, we can wait.
YouTube did a good. Holy shit, did they do finally not an oopsie. Alright, so they changed some of their policies regarding video gaming. So before, when you played things like violent video games, so like your Call of Duties, your Red Deads, etc.
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. They classified that under kind of not advertiser friendly. They kind of treated it the same way as if you were to put like straight up like fucking murder on the website. You know, it's not advertiser friendly, so you get fucked with the demonetization.
Yes, you do. Because it seems to branch out to the rest of your channel too.
Exactly. Well, now they're going to treat it as something completely different. So they're not going to treat it as the same as like regular violence would be shown. They're treating it as video game, kind of like with movies and stuff. They're going to treat it as fictional violence. So what that means for creators is that you're not going to get hit with the demonetization or the dreaded not advertiser friendly yellow cash money sign on your videos as consistent. Now, this does not include things that are going to be like, hey, here's the top 10 goriest kills in Mortal Kombat. That's still going to get demonetized super quick. But if you're just playing, say, Mortal Kombat, for example, if you're playing it or playing Call of Duty, you don't have to worry because you're not going to get that demonetization hammer hit right down on you. So basically, from the article, scripted or simulated violent content found in video games will be treated the same as other types of scripted content. What does this mean for creators? Future gaming uploads will include uploads that include scripted or simulated violence may be approved instead of being age restricted. 2, there will be fewer restrictions on violence in video games, but this policy still maintains our high bar to protect audience from real-world violence. And 3, we may still age regulate content if violence or gory imagery is the sole focus of the video. For instance, if the video focuses entirely on the most graphically violent parts of a video game. But holy shit, it seems like it's been a fucking year. But YouTube did not do an oopsie.
Well, do you consider the rewind they made, which is on par to be the...
You mean the Watch Mojo video?
Yeah, which is now...
That's different YouTube.
Yeah, so for those who didn't go really quick sidebar, so those who don't know, YouTube last year, each year they do a rewind. The best things that happened on YouTube or in general.
Is that video that says that you can't thumbs down this video because it has everything you guys
Everything
liked.
you liked. So last year they made a video, and it became the most disliked video in the history of YouTube. 17 million dislikes. A video YouTube made is the most disliked on YouTube. So this year, they did exactly what Schroeder just said. Last year I made a video you didn't like, but this year, here's everything you did like. So literally they made a video of them counting down the top most liked videos of YouTube, the top most watched videos on YouTube, the biggest creators, the biggest up-and-comers, and there was another category. It was 5 categories of a top 10.
And then like best gaming video, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
we were in a couple of those.
It was on par now to be the most disliked video on YouTube. It has 6 million dislikes in less than a week.
The only thing I have to say about that is that at least it wasn't as objectively bad as last year's Rewind. Last year's Rewind was a fucking joke.
That's funny.
I feel like this year only has so many specifically because they told you not to dislike it.
And I think so too,
probably.
because they were like, hey, okay, you guys disliked the video last year, so here's a video of everything you liked. Do not dislike this video. And everyone's like, fuck you.
Because you have a bunch of edgy, spiteful little kids on the platform, so I'm like, eh.
Yeah. 50 million views in 3 days, 6.2 million dislikes in 3 days, which puts it on par to be the most disliked YouTube video in
history.
In history.
That's great.
if it keeps on this pace, by the end of the month, it'll be the most disliked YouTube video in history of YouTube.
Nice.
For the 2nd year in a row.
That's good. It's a fun publicity piece. Like,
if that happens again, do you think they keep making these?
Oh yeah,
of course.
Oh yeah.
It's a staple of the year.
Yeah.
They've been doing the rewinds for what, 5 years now? 6
Yeah,
years
they have
now?
to do it.
Yeah, but if people are shitting on it.
Well, that's the point of it. I mean,
all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah,
it is getting massive amount. I don't care what anybody says. That's factual.
Bro, they even say like when analytics, people that dislike your video, it still
helps.
It still helps
Yeah,
because it's people
consistent
interacting
engagement.
with your channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
massive amounts of it. That's 16 million people who decided to fully engage.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
50 million people have seen the video, so I don't see why they're gonna be like, yeah, okay. If I was a person who curated this video, though, seeing that for the 2nd year in a row, this is on par to be that, I'd be like, fucking A, people. Like,
At this point, I'd make it like, how many dislikes can I get?
yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
I would
Last
get
year
all
they
of
weren't
them.
expecting it, though. Last year they weren't expecting it at all.
How did do the
This
year
year
before
I can
last
see
year?
them. It was way better.
Oh.
It was. I don't understand. Last year it was weird. It was.
Not last year,
they
but the year
didn't focus on the
before.
creators at all.
Well, the year before it was better. They did a huge mashup of music songs. Last year they basically talked about like overcoming adversity and shit, and like things like that, where people were like, "This is fucking stupid."
World news.
Probably because of the way that they've
Will
been handling.
fucking Smith was in it.
Yeah, Will Smith, Marcus Brownlee. That's the guy. His name is Marcus Brownlee, but
Marquise
he pronounced
Brownlee.
Marquise, but Will Smith pronounced it Marcus. Like it sounded like he said Marcus Brownlee. So everyone made fun of that.
Yeah, it kind of took the U out of YouTube. That's what YouTube's been doing for years now.
Yeah, they talked about politics. They talked about like the world essentially not being together. They talked about like different countries struggling and shit, and everyone's like, "This isn't fucking what we want to see. We want to see upbeat, like mashups of music and shit."
We want to see the creators that we like and enjoy on your Rewind because they're the ones that are making your platform what it is.
Yeah,
no matter how much they say, fucking the Ellen DeGeneres show isn't bringing people. Your Ellen DeGeneres clips aren't bringing people to your platform and keeping them there. Yeah. Not the Late Show or not this movie trailer. That's not what bringing people to your platform. That's what people come to your platform for. They come for everyone. You, me, Mark, Schroeder, Nate, fucking Markiplier, fucking PewDiePie, fucking James Charles, fucking, you know, all these people, you know, that's who they come to see.
Yep.
Not, you know, someone who they can watch on their fucking 1930s tube television that they somehow get to work by attaching a metal coat hanger to the back of it to get your 3 channels.
Ye old boob tube.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, last year's was way too. I don't even know what it was. It was bad, but yeah, this year's was better, but it still wasn't good. Fucking KSI was in it like 3 times,
Yeah, he was.
which was hilarious that they had him and not Logan Paul. Mr. Beast was in there a ton. He had
Well, Mr. Beast is a straight saint.
oh, he is.
He's a straight Saint Seiya.
Number 7 most viewed curator, and he had the number 1 most liked video of 2019. Mr. Beast did.
Just waiting for him to post the videos. Like, I will give everyone who likes this video $100.
That'd be so fucking nice.
Please.
Speaking of YouTube, really quick, based off that video, Minecraft was the most viewed
Game.
as a whole by nearly 40 billion views.
Jesus.
That's how much more it beat number 2. It just
Well, number 2 is like, what,
annihilated
Fortnite?
every game.
Number 2
Number-
is like Fortnite.
Yeah, number 2 is Fortnite. Fortnite, Minecraft had 100 billion views as a whole for Minecraft. 100 billion people watched a Minecraft video on YouTube. Fortnite had 60 billion. Number 3 was Grand Theft Auto 5 at 40, and Roblox was number 4 at 30 billion. Grand Theft Auto, that's super fucking high. 40 billion views for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, it also goes into, you look at how it is with the streaming world, too. I mean,
Yeah.
it was this year that the roleplay servers became big. That's when it really took off and running.
That is 100% for sure.
They
'Cause
did,
those
they
are
did
funny.
some more analytics. 4 billion views out of the 100 billion. 4 billion views of Minecraft came from PewDiePie's channel.
Doesn't surprise me.
Because of Monday Night Minecraft with like him, Keemstar.
Grande.
4
His little clips are funny too. You ever see the one where he's like, "My name is PewDiePie and I'm the fastest man on the earth," and then he like, he goes like,
Oh, yeah.
"Yeah,
They-
die chicken!" And he throws the chicken into the food house. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
No, he made it.
Fucking-
It's just a funny video. It's really short,
Yeah.
but it's just like, it's funny.
4 billion views from one person. That's insane.
That is insane.
I don't even want to. Money-wise, how much that translates? That's just unreal.
Could
Not
you
a lot.
imagine?
Dollars.
Could you imagine
Not a
if
lot.
all those people were doing something more productive?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it is a lot, but I mean, like, not as much as you think.
Oh my God, no! Someone took that time to do something else, other than watching Minecraft for 100 billion times. That's a lot.
That's
The
a
internet,
lot.
man. That's
People put a lot of time into it.
Well, they put PewDiePie also on that list, too, because him and
PewDiePie
his
was
wife,
the biggest creator.
Yeah, and one of the biggest videos was his wedding.
Yeah, number 2 was the most liked video of last year, and then there was he was the most viewed creator. T-Series won something. I don't remember what T-Series won.
They were the first channel.
Oh, yeah.
Well, to hit
100
1
billion.
100 million.
100 million, yeah.
100 million
views.
subscribers, which doesn't count.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly bots.
Yeah, the most liked video was Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello from Senorita. Most liked dance video was Chatmas Dance. I don't know what that is. Most viewed game in history. Well, in history, most viewed game was Minecraft. Beauty videos was James Charles. Breakout creator was Loud. Most viewed creator was PewDiePie. and then the first company to hit 100 million subscribers was T-Series. But so yeah, the internet's becoming a thing, man. Video games in general,
Yeah,
though, just
Internet's becoming a thing, guys.
It
In
is.
case you guys didn't know, the internet is now starting to pop off.
it is. Well, it's just crazy to think that a video game was the most watched thing on the internet this
I don't
past
know.
year.
I feel like that makes sense. I mean, like video games kind of
Well, it's
Especially
awesome.
Minecraft.
Don't get me wrong. It's just crazy to think about. You know, all the other shit that's going on in the world. That a video game is what takes precedent over everything.
But yeah, that's the thing, is
It's
like
awesome.
it causes you to be able to disassociate with every other bad thing in the world. So
escape.
why would you watch negativity when you can just watch people like hit chickens and each other?
Oh no, I completely agree with that. No, that's what I'm saying. I think it's awesome that
Right.
that's a thing. It's crazy how it's even the difference a year makes. Like, this is literally tripled from what it was last year, which is awesome. So, anywho, going back off of YouTube, Mark or James, when you guys want to go?
Sure, I'll say what I have real quick. Looks like TikTok's parent company ByteDance is being sued for allegedly violating child privacy laws and collecting the data of young users through the music app.
There you go,
which
Nate.
was
In your
Formerly
TikTok app.
yeah, so on December 3rd, a handful of, I want to say mothers or family members, made a class action lawsuit against good old ByteDance here about the COPPA, or the Children's Online Privacy Act, which forbids social media companies from obtaining and collecting the data of children without explicit parental permission. So that's a fun one.
That's
Same thing as Vine,
that
though.
may be the most asinine lawsuit I've ever.
Yeah.
A lot of companies got screwed for it.
Yeah.
Like, they actually say. Where was I reading it? Never mind.
While you're looking for that, I just want to say something about that and every other item, and this falls directly back into like the whole COPPA shit that I wanted to talk about a couple weeks ago on the podcast, but me and James knew we'd end up ranting for way too long, and we were already at like 2.5 hours. But it's not their fucking job to moderate who is on their platform. They tell you 13 and up, period. That is who is allowed on the platform, and then from there, your fucking parent should be the moderator.
That might have been the problem, is that there wasn't something coming up saying you have to be this age.
There
or
is
whatever.
though. When you sign in to create an account, it asks you, are you this age? And then it has the terms and conditions, which I mind you, are there. So they cannot be faulted for that. Whether you decided to read everything or not is not their fault.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can
okay.
check-
So the terms and conditions aren't legally
Still
binding.
collecting data for a
Yeah.
month.
Exactly.
They-
That's the thing.
Like
You
it,
talking about
Kids
like it's
cannot
collecting their
say
videos?
yes.
Is that what they're saying? It's their data?
just
No.
being
There's no
online in
actual
general.
private information on them. There's no information to technically collect.
Would
It
you
have to
consider
be
your
the
face to
videos.
be private? Would you consider
No.
videos of yourself to be private?
No, not even
Depends
a
on
little.
where you're
Consider
at.
Your email address being private.
Not
But
even a
what if
little.
you're 13?
Yeah.
You should not have an email. You should not be able to go on like anything. But if they give you the option, then you consented. You are able to have consent at pretty much any age, as long as you're not under like 12.
And how much do you put on the parents for that too? Because if a kid
It's
has an
entirely
email,
there.
did the kid just create it himself and the parents didn't know, which could happen.
Mhm.
But if they have a cell phone, obviously their parents got them the cell phone.
And they
Things
have to
along
have an
those
email
lines.
I guarantee 90% of them are iPhones, so you have to have an iCloud. So therefore, like they knew that they were having an email, or unless they're like parented under a master iCloud account, which you can do, of
Yep.
course. And even there's no way to stop this kid. If they want onto an app, they're gonna do it. I can't tell you how many video games and whatnot I insisted, oh yeah, I'm gonna check the 18 plus button because I'm 18 when I was 12 years old.
Porn sites.
Yep.
Are you over 18? Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Of course, I'm up by 18.
I'll be whatever you want me to be, baby.
I'm 73. Fucking mean 18.
How?
I don't think.
What
it's-
year were you born? You just scroll the wheel down.
Yup. I don't think it's these apps' job to like completely dictate all of that. Like they tell you what's allowed, they tell you what's not allowed. Any further than that, like if some parent wants to sue a company for their kid being on their app, that is the parent's fault. That is not the thing's fault. It's kind of like the same thing we were talking about a while ago, Schroeder, with the whole like digital soapbox and everything. Like, I guess it would fall into a similar wheelhouse, maybe not exactly the same, but like they're moderating everyone exactly the same, whether you are 13 or you are 20.
Well, as a digital
verbatim.
soapbox, you're
It
not
just matters
allowed.
if you're collecting their data or
That that's a thing.
That's kind of a bigger problem. It doesn't really matter that
It's like,
if
do
they're
you-
13 in public. It just matters
you
that you're
know-
collecting information.
do you know, Nate, 100% what data they are or aren't collecting on TikTok?
So,
No, you don't.
I mean,
Because there's
I
shit it
have one
doesn't
and I
tell
put
you.
everything.
You
in
know, real quick, my little thought on that, because I've been seeing ads for like DuckDuckGo and these other things that don't, collect your.
That's what I use.
I like targeted ads.
Me too.
it. Yes.
I like them. Give me targeted ads. Collect whatever you need so I'm not seeing shit that I don't care about. I see ads for things that are awesome that I have no idea what's coming out. I see ads for movies that I'm actually interested in. I don't see ads for female feminine products anymore, and that makes me happy. And I know you guys probably hadn't thought about that. When was the last time you seen an ad targeted for a female? I
No,
remember
not
when I
sure.
used to.
Yep.
I remember when I used to see ads for all types of stuff that
I lived with a
I'll
girl
never
last
have
year.
any interest in this. Huh?
I mean, I've gotten a few in the past little bit.
Like
uh,
what
Yeah.
data are they?
like diapers and stuff, but that was for something completely
Something
different. that I
else.
brought
Like-
on myself.
Should we sue Facebook too then?
But that's the other thing
Probably
too
not.
is
I mean,
fa-
technically, yeah.
Let me Google it.
none of these platforms are supposed to be able to mod. Now the collecting of data is a separate thing. I do believe, but as far as like any type of curating, they're not allowed to do that because you're a soapbox, and we already talked about that in the past.
There are a bunch of like lawsuits against Facebook for that shit though now.
Oh yeah, yeah, a
Friend
ton.
saw it.
there should be
Most
because
of
you're
them work.
because you're not
Oh, yeah.
you're not allowed to dictate what is on the platform and be safe from the repercussions, because the difference between being, if you're a soapbox, that means anybody can step on top of you and say whatever they want, and you're free from any legal issue because anybody's allowed to do it and you're not allowed to curate it. But as soon as you go into curating it, that's when you become a news distribution. What is that called when it's there's a different name for it when you curate it. You're no longer a soapbox. You are now a media outlet because you are dictating what is like what and then that's when you do become legally responsible because you're saying what is allowed and what is not allowed. So you're not a soapbox anymore. Because
Oh,
I was
also-
on the side where it was like, well, it's technically their platform, so they can do
Yeah.
what they want, and that was my mentality for a long time. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, you can't be
There's
safe.
laws against it.
Yeah, yeah, literally, there are laws against it that say that if you're a soapbox, in a nutshell, if you are a soapbox and anybody can say whatever they want, you're immune because you're not dictating what's allowed. You're not curating it. But as soon as you curate it, you're a media outlet, and now you are responsible for the content, because if you're going to stop that, then you should have stopped this too.
And then
Yeah.
that, and then this, and then so on.
And
so
then the
forth.
other thing, and no,
Right.
you should have stopped this because of that, you're now, because you allowed this content to exist, you are now responsible for the outcomes that happened due to it. Because you stopped this dude, so you should have stopped this dude's too. Versus the immunity that comes from, hey, anybody can do whatever they want. Just leave me out of it. All I did was put a thing up,
Yeah.
a bulletin board.
So, agreed. So here's the thing, real fast, about specifically TikTok. One, it was settled a day after it came out. They reached a settlement of 1.1 million, and actually,
That's it?
to exactly because it wasn't worth
That's not a
anything
lot.
more. And here's another big thing.
Because they didn't want it to
is-
go to the Supreme Court.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
There's
then
no one
pay
that
even
would.
more.
It wouldn't go anywhere. Because
Are
here,
you
Oh,
sure? That's why they settled in the
just
first place,
released
so it didn't
right
get
here.
bigger.
This is
Like-
released right here. The
Oh,
only
here's
personal
$2 million.
information that is
Forget about
physically
it,
able
bro.
to be put on the app is 1. Phone number, email, photo, and bio. You literally log onto the internet on any possible social media website. That is all there and then 30 times more. There's no reason that people should be up in arms about this. If you have the internet, you're at fucking risk to begin with. I think it's completely absurd to assault any company that would have, put in your email and bio, and okay, well, now we have it, it's collected.
Well, yeah,
It's
you
gonna
needed
fucking
to
happen
log
no matter
in.
what.
You needed to log in.
Exactly, fucking exactly. And to have
Well,
an account, you can put a bio.
Can't do that if you're
which you-
12.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
well,
but-
correct, because 12-year-olds
to-
aren't on the app, or at least
to-
they're not supposed to.
I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, to play the think of the children card.
There aren't methods in place to stop them.
Yeah.
No, there are
but-
safeguards, but like it's the internet, you can get through.
And that's when they countersue all the parents for allowing their children on a platform and violating terms.
Well, and I
They
think
should.
they didn't want it to go
But
any.
those aren't legally binding.
Yeah.
TOSs aren't legally binding.
I think that something potentially more could have went on with this, and that's why they decided, okay, here's
If anything,
$1.5 million. Let's just end it now before
Get
something
bigger.
more
Yeah.
bigger comes out of it, because people can just find the longer people have, the more that they can find and the more they can
Yeah.
dig up.
Here's
and
another
also,
part of
it also it kind of like to help not smear shit all over that company
Yeah.
too.
Because
know,
they want to get
probably
it done
just
and
to,
over
like-
with
Yeah.
as soon as possible, so they don't end up like Vine.
the
and I could-
lead.
Go for
Continue.
it. No.
Sorry.
I was
Oh,
just gonna say it costs a lot of money for these,
Oh, yeah.
these companies to have these lawyers.
Yep.
You know, and lawyers aren't cheap. Trust me, I know.
Especially
Here's
at
the-
that level.
Here's the other
Oh, yeah.
lead allegation with this thing, which I think that some of you actually may end up changing your mind about. The lead allegation is that the information is publicly available for other users to see. That is what the majority of people are upset about. How the fuck are you mad about that when it's social media? It doesn't make any sense. That is the
Isn't
most
there's no
most
button for
ridiculous-
hiding?
You have the option to make your account private. It's completely there. It's right in front. It's a big red
But the
button. You
purpose of
slide.
TikTok, though, is to make
is
funny
it?
videos for people to see.
Exactly.
Correct, but you have the complete option to safeguard your account. It's a big red button that you slide.
Or
and
to
it's
safeguard
private.
your child's account?
Exactly. Like I just think it's
Oh.
absolutely absurd.
Unfortunately, at the end of the day, it's like
It's done and over
companies can do as much as they can to like prevent this stuff, but like we talked about, like you go to adult website, are you over the age of 18? Yes. Okay, welcome. Boom.
Hell yeah.
And
That's
everything's
the first thing
right
that
there.
comes up, though.
Yeah, it's
The
just
thing
like there's gonna be ways around it. Unfortunately, it sucks.
now this is gonna be like on the same, but for a completely different issue. 100%, you should do exactly what Jewel has you do when you try to order something. You have to take a picture of your ID stating you are of age, and then send that.
No way. No
That's
way. No way. Your ID number? Your ID.
No,
if you take a photo of
your
your
ID
ID, your ID
in.
number's on there. Huh?
Okay.
You're not even supposed to photocopy it like when they do at the fucking notary and stuff. That and your social security card. Those are two numbers you're not supposed to let leave.
Social,
possession.
I agree.
You're
Social
supp-
is correct.
And you're supposed to treat your license number in the same regards. But nobody
Yeah.
does because they don't tell you that. Yeah, you're totally.
Yeah.
Your license, your ID number is a huge deal. You're supposed to keep that private. That bothers me that any company would make you take a photo of your ID and send it to them. I think you should use a valid credit card. You could just use the last 4 digits or whatever. And if you do that, you're 18. And you know what? If a kid grabs their parent's ID and does that, well, then that's the parent's fault, 100%. Like,
I'm surprised you can buy. Well, I guess you can buy guns offline, but the guns then go to a center, but then you have to go and pick them up, and that's when they run your credit and shit. I'm surprised you can buy tobacco and shit offline.
It's
Yeah.
Jewel. It's
Yeah, vape
not
stuff's no
tobacco
problem.
though.
Well,
Yeah,
It
that
still
was
have to
very
be
true.
18.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
for
do
for an
this when I
addictive
had
substance.
I didn't
Yeah.
have to do this when I ordered cigars online.
No, okay, so the reason Jewel put that in place is because they were sick. They
Oh,
kept
yeah.
getting attacked because young kids were keep getting a hold of Jewels, and like they were just going online and clicking the 18 plus button and calling it a day. So I don't know exactly what you, because I've never ordered Jewel pods off the line. I just when I did Jewel, I would just walk over to fucking Circle K. That's a stone throw away from my house.
Everything locked on an ID.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
or okay, my fault. The Lawrence Park and Go.
There you go. There you
Yeah, because I think in order for you to have a credit card, you have to be able to sign
have
a
to be
contract. And
You have
in
to be
order to
18.
sign a contract,
Yeah.
you have to be 18.
And you have
Yeah.
to have your, social security number and that kind of stuff, which
Yeah.
You would have
I agree with
given
that.
to the bank so
valid.
you can
Fair
have
enough
a.
when you're-
Yeah.
You can't have a debit card without being 18. You can't go to a bank
Unless-
and sign
Should
up.
be 16.
unless it's a part of a another account.
Well, yeah, you can be 16, but your parents have to be a part of it, don't they?
That's like 40%. That's
Yeah.
like, no, I'd say that's about 50% true, because I was 15 years old and had my own personal, no parent or anything, PayPal card. You can 100% still do debit cards and stuff like that. Under the age, I may have been 16. I might correct myself, but I still had that. That's how I got my money on my job, and my allowance was sent over through a
They might have
PayPal card.
changed it then, because when I was 16, my mom had to be
Yeah.
on the account. I was the primary, but she had to
No,
basically
yeah,
like
for a
co-sign.
traditional bank, you are correct.
Yeah.
But for like PayPal or our Cash
okay.
App card, even
that wasn't a
or
thing back
Venmo
then, so-
card, it's the same thing. Like you have a access to money, and you have a card that you can physically swipe everywhere.
The internet is the Wild West.
It is,
When I was
and you
16,
know what?
the internet
No,
wasn't a
You
thing.
know what? I had a client the other day ask me about the parental
was, but-
controls on a computer and all that other stuff, and I gave her some basic information and some stuff to look up to help her with it. But I told her, I'm like, look, when it comes down to it, it's gonna your child and the internet. It's gonna come down to how you teach them. Like,
Yeah.
there's always ways around things. You can put your parental security on and you can lock things down and track them and do all this other stuff. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, you got to train your child to not be an idiot on the internet. Like, you have to have the conversations with them about things that are out there and try to give them that let them know what the red flags are. And she's just like, it's like that now, huh? And I'm like, yeah, that's in a nutshell, that's what it comes down to. So,
It really does.
The big thing.
like,
Continue, sorry.
and parents, the thing is, and I'm not one, so maybe I have no real place in saying these things, but it seems that, and it's really difficult because a lot of parents will not get involved. Like this whole thing with the TikTok thing. The parents should be the ones looking over the user agreement, looking over what is allowed, what is not allowed, and then they should grab their kid's phone and be like, no, you ain't getting that app. I'm done. No. So it should be how it
In a
goes.
perfect world.
Yeah, but parents are just, there's too many distractions in the world, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure every parent out there would like for them to be that person. Everybody strives for that, but
That's not who people are.
if
as a
we're to be
whole.
real, yeah, I mean, people are distracted by stuff and don't know how to do it, and then the kid knows more than they do. So,
Absolutely.
Your 11-year-old daughter is texting her boyfriend.
yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Here's
it's
the
so
thing,
funny.
though.
The looks on these girls. It seems to be the girls react way more than the boys, but the looks on the girl's face when I explain to mom that Find My iPhone.
The guys are like, what the fuck ever. If you want to
The
know,
little
I'm at-
13-year-old
I'm at
girl
this lady's
just
house.
looks so mad right now.
Her eyes
The
get all,
funny thing, though,
her eyes get all big, like, you
Uh-oh.
just fucking lose this shit.
So you brought up iPhone, which is
Fucking
something I was
nerd.
actually about to bring up. Funny enough, I was watching a TikTok the other day, and it had there was a video of how well screen time can work. If you get to a certain period of time during the day, and you have a parental master account for iCloud, because like I was saying earlier, you can do that. You can have your family under you, and then they just straight up nixed everything except what was her like Bible verses, her school thing, and like 3 other things. Like texting was off, Facebook was
Merry
off, TikTok was
Christmas.
off. Like,
You just got a
can-
fancy paperweight.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's one of the cool features. Like I have an iPad for my oldest son. It's the same thing where you can turn off everything from this time to this time, basically do
Mhm.
whatever, which is cool.
Unless you
I
have
don't
a
know if
code.
Android has that, but
They do.
You can also
Um,
completely restrict downloading of certain apps. Anything that
Microsoft
requests to
has
be
that too.
18.
by the
Yeah,
way, for
yeah.
those who don't know, for Windows 10, they have that ability where you can set up times where the internet just completely shut off and you can only have access to Word, things along those lines, and then you can turn it back on whenever you want.
Time for homework.
Write an essay, bitch.
Yep.
Give me a
Oh.
15-page essay on why I should turn the internet back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I'll think
On my
about
desk
it.
by tomorrow morning.
I'll think about it when the principal resolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good.
Like,
So
I
there is
just-
ways, but obviously at the end of the day, too, if you got a smart-ass child, there's ways around it.
If
Hopefully they
somebody
don't figure it
wants
out,
something,
but
If
They
someone
will.
wants
They
something,
will.
they will get it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah, you just change. All you gotta do is switch up the search terms a little bit, make them a little more vague. That's how I did it as a kid.
One of the greatest things that, I was taught by my mother when I was younger is, listen, hey, I know when I was your age, I had a very strict household, So I went out behind my parents' back and I did all the worst shit possible.
Yep.
As long as, you're smart and you don't do anything stupid bad, it's fine. Just basically telling the kids to do common sense.
Yeah,
My
and
mom's-
when you're
yeah.
in super doubt, call someone. Get a second
Yeah.
opinion.
Like,
My mom's. What's up?
Back in my high school days, I did a lot of partying and drinking and that kind of stuff. She was like, listen, just give me a call. Don't do anything stupid. Give me a call. I'm not going to narc you out. I'm not going to narc any of your friends out. Because I did all this shit.
Mhm.
She did all that stuff. So,
exactly.
that's how
Be
it,
straightforward.
Exactly.
Don't lie.
The biggest
Just
thing
roam
for
the
my
streets a
family
lot.
was just like, don't come home in a cop car.
Exactly.
Don't fucking like get yourself into a position where you could die. I
Yep.
mean, I personally like I have a couple of friends who like partake in certain things, but like I've always been like an adrenaline junkie, so like don't get hurt. I got hurt quite a few times, but but like
You're paying
that's
the
the thing.
insurance premiums.
exactly like my mom. As I get older, I find out more and more. My mom was basically a fucking hood, like not like hood rat, but like did some crazy ass shit, and like you just find more and more shit out. So like they're like, I get it, because my mom she had a semi-strict home, but she lived right across. She lived right over the where the gates are for Waldemir. Her and her sisters, because she has tons of sisters. She has like 4. They would hop the fence and go hang out at Waldemir at fucking nighttime.
Yep.
Like they would just go do a bunch of crazy shit all the time, and like they went to parties, and like
Yep.
my mom actually picked up my cousin who went to this festival a couple years back. He was like just turned 18 or 19 or something, and I mind you, he did a few different things, and he ended up completely disassociating, bad trip type shit. And my mom was the one to call because she was the only one that isn't a fucking like gonna give you a lecture. It's, hey, you're alive now. I give you a fucking giant a bucket. Throw up in that. Stay on my porch. Have a good night.
There you go.
And we
And
came
then,
up
And then after you got better, then you get to talking too.
like she was
You're
just
like,
like
listen, don't do this shit.
yeah, basically like her thing was just like, hey, learn to pace yourself. If you're gonna do it, you're an adult. If you're going to do something, pace yourself. As long as you don't die, and also as long as you don't get like sent to jail. Because like my mom, yeah, it was. We ended up coming home, and I found him on my fucking porch as he was like dazed and confused, like as literal as that movie can be, dazed and confused on my porch. I'm like, so how you feeling there, bud? He's like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't know what's going on. I'm not at the festival anymore, and that's as far as I've gotten so far.
That's funny. One benefit though that the kids don't have to deal with nowadays and get made fun of for it, that when they go to Dix.com, it takes them to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
Back when the internet first started, it wasn't the same thing.
Yeah, it was
White,
little bit.
Whitehouse.com.
So it was always a fun conversation when my older brother would search the browser history from websites, and one of the main ones was Dix.com, and my mom always put a question mark next to that, like it was Dick's Sporting Goods, and I had to spell the whole word out, like
Oh my.
but they have since bought that domain name, So at least kids
good
don't have to
for
go through
them.
that struggle
Yeah,
anymore.
doesn't it auto put you to Dick's Sporting Goods after you type Dicks.com?
Oh, the
Yeah,
old
yeah,
That's
internet.
what I thought.
You guys remember
they
Joe
had a-
Cartoon?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had a. I wonder how
Hamster
much money
dancing.
that the company who owned Dicks.com sold that domain to Dick's Sporting Goods for.
Bro,
It had to be
pen in my
millions.
pocket.
Probably a lot.
So like semi on the same topic, but does anyone Jib Jab?
Jib jab, yes.
Dude, Jib Jab-
Vaguely.
so essentially it was like a historical figures and like you could create your own cards and shit. And they would just like say the most obscene things. Like there was one with like talking shit on like Dick Cheney and swearing up a fucking storm during the song, like My Land Is Your Land. It was ridiculous. And like they just fucking kept they showed it in school because we had a super teacher like didn't give a shit as long as like you
There
didn't
were
get
those
caught.
Videos that put your face like on like animations
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit. For those who
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
they had their
I
own.
remember those. The elf.
But anyways,
I do remember
Alright.
those.
that's your life advice from the Level Unlock podcast
Yeah.
crew.
Yeah, teach your
So,
kids to
you're
be
welcome.
smart on the internet, and you shouldn't have too many problems.
We're not qualified for this, just so you know.
We're actually all have
Rockers.
master's degree in therapists, being
I don't have to go to school for
Psychiatrist.
30 years. I'd be down.
game news here. Let's get back in that. I got something really quick for Sword and Shield.
What's up? What's with
Do
Sword
it.
and Shield?
How to unlock Mew in Sword and Shield.
How do you unlock Mew and Sword and Shield?
To unlock Mew, you need to have a Pokemon Ball Plus.
Yeah, you do.
Pokeball
I'm actually
Plus,
thinking
sorry.
about getting one. Legit thinking about getting
They're
one.
so sold out. I cannot
They
find them.
are because they're $20 for like
Yeah.
Black Friday.
I had like 13 people ask me, like, how can I get one of these? Right now, I guess you
Can't,
just can't.
So, all you have to do is connect your Pokeball Plus to your Sword and Shield, and a mystical Pokemon appears on your screen, and you claim it, and it's Mew.
Nice.
Same thing
And Rip-
happened with Let's Go.
Yep. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Can you
last year?
can you just let like your friend hook up his thing? Cause like I know a friend of mine had I don't have one of those,
I thought they were
Nintendo
cereal-based, but I
Switches.
could be-
but there was some event going on Pokemon Go where if you linked the two, it gave you something cool.
I don't know if it's linked specifically to that particular ball. I don't know if that has the technology in it or not to do
They
that.
have the technology.
Maybe.
But do they have the
and-
technology for $20?
Exactly. Anybody else got any news? I got a couple more things.
I got
Got it.
some things too.
Go ahead, James.
All right, so the worst kept secret in video games might have just been leaked.
Oh?
Interesting.
All right. So apparently, art has appeared on the PlayStation Store for Resident Evil 3 Remake. Fucking shocker, I know. So apparently, it showed up while people were like kind of mining a little bit on the PlayStation Store of Biohazard 3, Biohazard RE3, and then Resident Evil 3 Remake, showing a pretty fucking cool Nemesis.
That's awesome.
Can't lie. Yeah, the worst kept secret in all of gaming this year was, hey, are they going to make a Resident Evil remake for 3? And yeah, they are. Don't even
Well,
fucking.
you're not supposed to find. You're not supposed to know until Tuesday. So pretend like
well,
you
no,
don't know.
no. Well, maybe Tuesday. Yeah,
Maybe Tuesday.
maybe Tuesday. Who knows? Another big announcement. At least for me, Persona 5 Royal Edition is coming to the West on 3/31/20.
Nice.
So you can play Persona 5 again and
Woo!
spend another like fucking 100 hours playing that game. Yeah, I bought the collector's edition. I got that pre-ordered on lock. I immediately got that on lock. So that's cool. Can't wait to go back to Persona. The same month that same fucking month that Cyberpunk and fucking Final Fantasy 7 comes out.
Just alternated every day. Every other day, play different game.
I won't
I know,
have
right?
the time. I don't have the time for these video games.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out next year. A lot.
There's so much.
If fucking Watch Dogs
It's
was coming out on
front-loaded.
time, you'd have that as well.
It's
Watch
so
Dogs got pushed
front-loaded.
back though.
Didn't it get pushed back to March?
It got pushed back, but it was supposed to be released earlier.
Yeah, but didn't it get pushed back to March?
Yeah, it did. But I'm just saying, if it didn't, you'd have 4 games.
Fucking Watch Dogs, dude. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna be playing the fuck out of that game.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot if you get it in January.
Yeah, I got that pre-ordered.
So there's 4 games right there, literally in the first 2 months of 2020.
I'll be playing City Skylines
There you go.
I fucking hate
and The
that game.
Sims.
I fucking hate City Skylines. Give me a goddamn tutorial.
Why?
You fucking cowards. How do I do anything? I don't know. I played that game. I'm like, I wanna play a little Sim City. So I go and pop it on. I download it because it's with Game Pass. So I download the Windows 10 version, and I'm just playing it. And I'm like, how the fuck do I do anything? How do I connect, electrical lines so things get power? How do I connect, water lines so things get water? I don't
Yeah.
know. Everyone's yelling at me because I don't have power, and I'm like, I don't want to scan the internet to find out how to do a basic rudimentary thing in your fucking video game. Paradox Interactive, make a fucking video, or I don't know who it is.
Whoever
sounds
it
like a
is.
Paradox game, but whoever it is, just fuck you. All right, put in a goddamn tutorial, or hell, I would even be happy with the fucking 58 million page README file. I would
Game
be
facts,
fine
baby.
with that. No,
You-
I shouldn't have to do that for something basic in your fucking game.
God.
Well, yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
trigger, man.
Yeah.
It's a trigger area.
So James, are you upset?
It's an alright game.
I love it. What about you, Mark? What do you got?
Looks like Bethesda's killing Elder Scrolls Legends. There was
Forgot
supposed
that
to
was
be,
a thing.
yeah, there's supposed to be a huge content update in December, but they decided
Here's,
to hold
here's your
all
content update.
content development for the foreseeable future.
That is a huge content update.
They just shut it off.
Just that's the biggest content update of the year.
Speaking of Bethesda, Fallout 76. An update is coming soon. With solo play.
Wow. I wonder if
Nice.
it's gonna be popular with other
Solo play
people.
and festive challenges, and you can get a free trial.
Free trial of your $100 fucking service.
Yep, it's called Update 16. It comes out this Tuesday.
God, they need a new
fuck
team of
it,
people
update
working on
16.
this. They need a new team of people. Like,
Bethesda just needs to close down for a year, and they need to pull like a Russia and just close off the doors and just figure shit out, and then come back being like, oh
God.
yeah, we're the best now.
I bet like a GoFundMe Kickstarter type, just I don't know, creation kit mod development crew could make something more than.
Yeah, the option of solo play will use private worlds. They are using 2 options.
Private.
Yeah.
Private.
They are using 2 options to its private servers, team only and all friends.
Well,
We
if they
saw how well the word private worked last time.
if they got it working properly, it might be kind of nice, but it's They
They're
just-
literally grasping at straw.
Mark. I think that if they were just to do what they do with the Ark servers, everything would be good, right? Am I wrong to think this? If they were just to let it go and leave it be and just basically take the exact same thing Ark did,
They just
it would make
I
such.
feel like whenever they developed it, they just made it in a way that there isn't. They just made it in a very non-effective way, So the way I was thinking about this is like, what would happen if Bethesda just was like, here's all the servers, here's the files to host your own server locally, like pretty much every other game does. And I was just like, well, if you want to keep your items or characters, that has to get synced across the server. So like somehow that would have to Bethesda would have to sync to every local server, which wouldn't be difficult. It's just they have to do that, and at that point they're losing money because
That requires work.
they're not selling their subscription service anymore. Yeah, and it requires people to actually make it. So,
Um,
like,
Yep. Part of the
What-
update is Go ahead, Schroeder. What were you gonna say?
Just what if they were just like you host your own, like we like the 5M servers and like the Arc, host Havoc servers and the.
Then what's the point of Fallout first?
I know.
Can't make any money.
They need to
What's
just
the
leave
point
that
of
to
Fallout
mobile.
First right now?
God, why?
Yeah.
I wish they would just. I wish all these companies would just let the things exist the way they're supposed to exist. Microtransactions are cool with mobile. Free games with microtransactions on mobile. I'm cool with, right? Microtransactions for cosmetics, awesome. Microtransactions for, I don't know, super long-term server-based MMOs makes sense. It just makes sense that they would have to do that. But like, actually, it seems like that's like most of the stuff, isn't it?
I've never had a
much.
problem with microtransactions as long as they don't allow you to break the game. Like,
Right.
unless you can just get like 30 miles ahead. Like that was my fucking biggest issue with playing Neverwinter. You could just level up by paying for
Yeah.
it, and I thought that was absurd.
Well, that's
I'm
like that's
That's
okay,
not cool.
So that's pretty much how most MMOs are. They give you the option to like level to a certain point if you pay money. But here's the thing that like people don't do that in things like Final Fantasy 14.
right.
Well, people do it, but it's they don't know how to play the class.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can level all the way up to wherever the next expansion is, the entry to the next expansion, but you don't know how to play that character. So good luck trying to fight the raids, dipshit.
Like the only game that I think that has done that specific thing well was getting like the token when you played Destiny 2. If you got the game edition, you got to go to level 50, and then you would be able to play through the game and not get fucking wrecked through the entire game. But it didn't cause you to be better than anyone in Crucible, because that's my biggest thing that I love about Crucible is it's equal, no matter what. You are equal whether you're using, even when you have people using rocket launchers. Yes, it's going to be more powerful than a typical like assault rifle or whatever, but that's how it's supposed to be. So if you
All
have a
the
rocket versus a rocket,
all the rocket launchers have the same values. All the assault
Mhm.
rifles have the same values. Pistols, shotguns, etc.
I feel like if you're going to do a level buff kind of thing, that's how I play aspect of it.
You'd hope so.
In theory, it's like communism, great on paper.
The last part of this update, really quick, is the holiday
Hello.
event. Gorged enemies will appear in the game from the 12th to the 26th, dressed in holiday attire, such as Santa Claus suit. If you spot them or hear their jingle bells, go hunt them down, and you can, by killing them, win a holiday
down.
gift.
Oh, so
And
you
the
steal
holiday
the
gift
fucking
you-
presents that they were gonna give to someone else. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and you unwrap
Oh,
the
thank
present,
God.
and there's a
Cool.
low, medium, or high quality, including a
Oh.
lump of coal.
Probably just low all the time.
You have to be a Fallout first
99% drop
subscriber
rate.
to get
yeah.
the highest one.
Did I
It was
freeze
like-
by chance?
It was like that one
No, you're
event
fi-
that
you're
they
here.
had that everybody was trying to get that like star mask, and it was like a 0.003% chance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or that you get
Yeah,
it.
it says it's anywhere from a lump of coal to really high, rare plans, which I don't know what those are.
So I'm
Craft
just
plans.
confused. What are we talking about? Because my thing froze and has to like.
Oh, it was
90% of whatever we just talked about.
Fallout update.
if
Okay.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, the holiday update. If you kill the enemies, they
You
drop
can kill.
Christmas presents.
You can kill Santa to steal his presents.
pretty much.
Yeah.
James, what do you got?
All right, so we all know there's two things that we love here: Minecraft and Jesus.
Max, bless.
That's the story.
That's
No.
it.
The actual story is
Hence the
let's
Christian
combine
Minecraft server.
Catholic.
No, ours.
Oh yeah, ours is the Christian Minecraft server. So this is a Catholic Minecraft server.
So this is like an
So-
actual thing.
This is
Yes.
an actual
Oh, boy.
legitimate thing. So, Father Robert Balancer is a Jesuit priest. He's previously studied engineering in Silicon Valley. Hopes to introduce the Vatican's Minecraft server as a place where players can express themselves in a less toxic environment than they may find in games. So
So-
pretty much, this really cool dude from the Vatican, who's I'm legit following on Twitter because rad dude. he just posts memes all the time. It's great. Is making a Minecraft server from the Vatican City,
So what you're saying is
approved by the Pope.
it's a priest luring kids to play on a server.
Yes,
Hmm.
exactly.
I'm curious about this though. So like, I feel like it's the same concept as like people like trying to like involve everyone, and like everyone has like equal value, and like everyone's ideals are treated the same. What happens, like, say I go in there and I can freely express myself, that I say if this was like 4 or 5 years ago, I was studying LaVeyanism, and if I walk in there and be like, hey, I'm a LaVeyanist and I want to meet some people to just hang out, I don't care who you are, I guarantee you a lot of these people are going to attack the shit out of anyone who does not follow the same belief. I feel like that's going to happen. I mean, like, it's
I don't know.
expected, but
I guess it's mainly for, people of,
Strong
Catholicism.
Catholic beliefs.
Yeah.
It's a way
Yeah.
for them to communicate and hang out as a community of Catholic.
Roman Catholicism.
Yeah,
That's it. Only Roman.
the Roman Catholics.
Roman.
That's
Roman
cool.
Catholics only.
And
oh
they can,
yes, broken inclusivity.
Yep, and then they can do their own thing over there.
Yep.
That's fine.
Play
know,
Minecraft together.
Yep, you guys do that
Yeah,
over
play
there. I'm
Minecraft
gonna do
together.
this over here. They're gonna do that over there.
Minecraft.
Nothing
for
wrong with that.
Jesus.
That's good.
So this one's getting praise, which is awesome. Like, I genuinely do think it's a cool idea. What if like the Church of Satan one? Wouldn't that not be like assaulted by the internet?
No,
No,
I'd be
It
pretty
shouldn't
down
be.
for it.
Internet.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
they're and
I'd
then they're
definitely play on the Church of Satan's server.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
they're doing their thing over there. That's the nice thing about the internet. They're over there doing that.
Exactly.
No doubt.
Yeah, everybody can
I
do
mean,
their own
it-
thing. You don't have to get
Anything
involved.
on the internet's gonna
But it's the
trigger
internet.
somebody in
We
some
don't-
way.
We're not allowed to do our own thing. It's the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
people will be
you don't have to
triggered
get
one way or the other.
Yeah,
so.
Mhm.
and you don't have to get involved. That's the other thing.
No matter what, oh, that's a Satanist group. What the blah blah. People, oh,
Okay.
this is a Catholic group. Blah 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 blah.
At least
Everyone
they're
gets
sacrificing sheep online instead of.
Yeah.
Meh.
See, that's the thing. Are they hurting anybody? No. Well, then let them do their thing.
Leave them the fuck alone, man.
Yeah,
People
who
find
cares?
People find ways to get triggered over
It's
stupid
America.
shit,
Do
unfortunately.
what you want. You a grown up. If I want to eat Oreos 20 minutes before bed, I'm gonna eat a whole
You're gonna have
sleeve of
bad
fucking
time.
Oreos.
You're gonna have a bad time, but it's you can do
Yeah.
it. It's your God-given right.
Yeah, I'll be upset
I'm
about
gonna
it tomorrow,
for
but I'll be
breakfast.
falling asleep in a great mood.
Exactly.
Filled with Oreos.
No, you
Yeah.
won't.
You
Have
won't.
you ever done that?
Like-
no.
Yes, not yesterday or the day before, but once a day the prior 4 days, I ate a sleeve of cookies while laying in bed watching The Office before delightfully falling off into
That
sleepy
is
And then
bed.
it's
fucking
3
cold.
days of hell.
That's
And I
some
woke up
cold
every day with a
face lie
stomach
right
that felt
there.
like poop the next day.
See, again, like
It's America.
I wouldn't be able to sleep because my
America.
fucking stomach would be like, "Kill me now."
No,
Yeah.
Aren't you like a little bit lactose? Like, don't you have a lactose problem though?
that must be you. Oh, that sounds like a you problem.
That's me.
Sucks to suck, as Walker says.
Ah.
Someone give me an Oreo Blizzard. That's my kryptonite.
There you
Fucking
go.
Send it.
Right? So,
I'm
Dude,
gonna
I
Oreo
eat
be
blizzards
fucking-
are banging.
Whole
Give me-
pizza and 24 inches of sub. I'm excited
thank
for the
you,
next day.
Internet.
That sounds like a problem.
I ate 40 pizzas in the past 30 days.
Ooh,
I'm
that's-
My wife
completely
left me.
rational.
that one's hard. Eating pizza
Yeah.
before bed, that one is a...
See, I can do pizza.
I don't think that one's worth it.
Nah.
I can do pizza before bed.
Yeah, not me. That one does.
The only one that ever
That one's
fucks
rough.
me up is drinking like a big ass thing of coffee before bed, because then I feel like all like slow.
But hold the phone.
Why
Why
are you
would
drinking
do
coffee
that?
before bed?
Yeah, why are you drinking coffee before bed?
Because if I drink coffee, I get tired. ADHD,
Backwards.
it works the opposite way. Caffeine doesn't influence someone who has.
Sure, it's
ADHD.
not
So
just
hold
'cause it's a
on.
hot
Okay,
drink.
Hold on. Let's unpack.
Try
this
hot
a little bit.
chocolate next time. See if that helps.
Let's un-
I can't
What if
vouch
you-
for it. I have it, but I hate coffee, so I can't say if it.
What about if it's decaf?
I love cold coffee.
I'd
Like,
imagine.
have you ever tried decaf? and
no,
then
I haven't
it-
gotten bad coffee.
Does it like do the exact opposite for you? Does
Like fucking
decaf
crack.
coffee make you more wired?
No, I stay in my permanent state of like, what the fuck is going on? Everything's moving. Life.
I like it.
I wonder
No,
how.
like,
I
seriously
wonder
though,
how
like-
well decaf coffee sells.
I feel
That's
like
just-
relatively
what's
well
the
for it to stay
point?
around.
What's the
Yeah.
fucking point of decaf coffee?
Who's
Oh,
drinking?
I
Drink
like the
tea at
taste.
that point, honestly.
I like the taste
Well,
of
it's-
coffee.
I
Who
guess if you
says
really
that?
like it.
Sugar-free Red Bull. That's a huge seller.
Ugh.
Yeah, but
It's another one
hold
that's
on,
like,
wait,
ugh.
Hold the fucking phone though, Chief.
It's another one that's
I like my
nasty.
sugar-free Red Bull,
Literally
Pause.
any diet drink.
but it still has like the taurine and all the B vitamins and stuff, just minus the sugar. So
Yeah,
it
that's
still
true.
has the same effect.
So you just want bad
Decaf
Red Bull?
coffee is a
That's what he's saying, Mark.
decaf coffee
That's what
is
he's
a
saying, Mark.
spit in the face of coffee.
Yeah.
I love the flavor of coffee. I like black coffee too.
You're fucking weird.
I never really like
know.
coffee. I tried. I can never did it.
I like
You drink a
coffee
lot
with
of tea,
coffee
though,
Every
with
time-
various coffee creamers like pumpkin spice.
Yep.
And
Every time coffee is freely available
mint
to
chocolate's
me,
really good.
I try coffee and I'm always like, this is disgusting.
Yeah, I've tried it multiple times. I've had people make like iced coffees for me, like fucking to the point where it's just literally like caramel or hazelnut. Like you can't taste anything else, and I still fucking like.
I don't like flavored coffee. Like there's very few coffees I'll get that. But like mainly I like black coffee.
Yeah, I don't.
Call me a
The
fucking
only-
sinner.
The only kind of coffee I'll have is chai tea lattes. I'll drink that shit all the time. Yo, not sponsored by Red Bull, but sponsored by Red Bull.
Like, I guess my big thing like with that is
These
just
coconut ones are super good.
when you
Gross.
have it
Coconut's
guess-
disgusting. Get the fuck out of here.
by all mentality time. When you have ADHD, drink coffee, and if your children has ADHD, give them a little bit. Do not give them a whole fucking cup because it stunts your
You
growth.
could just do what my
One
parents
quick
did.
note.
Body slam me through a coffee table.
There you go.
Straight out.
One quick thing: if you do
I
have
like to sleep.
ADHD, or any type of like hyper disorder, like so, I have ADHD, and when I was in the middle of my like
Couldn't tell.
working out, yeah, I know, right? In the middle of my working out phase, there's a thing. It's called, it's like pre-workout.
Oh yeah, C4 and shit. Ooh. Oh.
So
Give your kids pre-workout.
I took, well, yeah, don't give your kids pre-workout. I took that shit at 9:30 at night, thinking, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna take it at 9:30 at night. Go to the gym at 10. By the time I'm done, it's gonna be worn off.
No.
Oh,
5
it's just
o'clock in the
starting
morning.
close.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, I was doing push-ups and crunches in my living room, trying to wear it off so I could go to fucking sleep.
That's what it's
Fucking-
supposed to do.
Dude, pre-workout's a goddamn beast. Like that shit's
My wife walks in the living room at 5 o'clock in the morning. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, doing burpees. I'm jumping in the air, doing jumping jacks and shit. I'm
I
like,
want to go to bed.
it's like I'm just trying to fucking go to sleep, but I'm so hyped up, my heart's going. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
So like, did you feel like you were zooming, or was it? Because for me, at least personally, when I take pre-workout, like when I used to go to the gym a lot, I would never feel like I'm fucking bursting, but like I just feel like I have to do something. Like I have to be moving. Like I have to go and I go. But
Yeah,
I
it
like,
wasn't like
zoom.
I wasn't like freaking out, but it was like
Right.
I had like I can't go to sleep. I close my eyes just immediately. Waking back up, like I couldn't like just lay there. I'm like, okay, I gotta go do something. So yeah, I
Mhm.
literally found myself doing push-ups and fucking crunches and jumping jacks at 5 a.m. just trying to go to bed. I was like, I am never taking that again after 4 p.m. It's like, fuck, that shit lasted forever. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna work out hard, and then I'm gonna be good to go. Nope. Like, nope, that did not work out my plan at all. Because I was still revving the go 7 hours later.
Nice.
Um,
Oh yeah.
Huge sidebar, but Mark, what news do you have? What do you got next?
Oh jeez.
Yeah, remember we're doing a video game news show. Remember?
Oh yeah, video game news.
Shit.
There was this one dude earlier this month that made this one game in Python called AI Dungeon 2, which is, if you're a fan of text adventure games, you're gonna be a fan of this because it's AI powered and it's a text adventure. What does that mean? It means you can fucking do anything you fucking want, dude. I played it for like 2 hours yesterday, and you could do whatever you want. Like, I spawned in as a wizard, and there's like, oh, you have to. My quest was like to defeat these 3 creatures, and I like trained to learn how to defeat each one of them individually, and then I defeated all of them, and then I met the king and queen, and then I hit it off with the queen, and then I banked the queen, and then I convinced the queen to kill her husband, and I became king. Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's awesome.
you can do fucking anything. So if you're interested in playing this game, it's called AI Dungeon 2. It's aidungeon.io. It's a free game, and then you pretty much import it to your Google Drive because it requires like a 12 gigabyte GPU to run. So
That's hilarious.
would recommend if you're looking into playing something for some time or just wasting some time. Next thing I have is that it looks like the Studio Ghibli movies are going to be released on digital platforms.
Yeah,
So
they are.
you'll see them on
G-Kids.
iTunes, Amazon
Fuck
Prime,
you,
and Google Play
Disney.
Store.
You didn't put that on fucking stream anywhere, you fucks. Your best goddamn movies that you had. Fuck off with your bullshit.
So we'll get to see that soon. Doesn't look like there's any announcement for streaming services yet, but we'll see that pretty soon. Next thing I have is that there's a 10-cent Nintendo Switch version coming out on December 10th for $300 in China.
China.
Pretty straightforward. Plex is launching its own free movie and TV streaming service. They're partnering with major studios such as MGM, Lionsgate, Legendary, and of course Warner Brothers, who are the people that own Plex, if I remember correctly.
So now you can legally
Oh no, they
stream
teamed.
those movies on your Plex server.
Looks like they actually teamed up with Warner Brothers. So yeah, you can watch all of those movies and stuff with ads. They also do have a pay for it version, but it's not too fully fledged yet.
Nice.
Nice.
Next thing, Riot Games looks like they're making, or they announced a third-party publisher that they're making called Riot Forge. So they're looking to incorporate the League universe with third-party developers. So they created a publisher specifically to do
Well,
that.
Aren't they making like 5 games? 5 League of Legends games? Like a first person shooter, a fighting game, and
They
other
announced
things we
like
don't know about?
a shit ton of games, and they say they have a lot of games in development, but they're not announcing like who they're partnering with until actually they want to announce those games.
Have they started paying their female workers actual wages? That's the real question.
I like it.
The last thing that I have is it seems that podcasts can now earn Pulitzer prizes.
Oh,
So
when are we
That's
getting
cool.
the award can go to work categorized by revelatory reporting and illuminating storytelling.
That would be us right there.
Yeah, so you get a Pulitzer Prize if actually Paul has.
Yeah, guys, do we
Everyone
really
tr-
want another one?
Everyone tweet at Joseph F. Pulitzer and tell him to give us an award.
That's all that I have for gaming news.
I have one last thing.
They had it.
Go ahead, bro, and I'll finish mine, and then we can do your list.
So, you guys remember when the Nintendo Switch online service, the SNES and NES games, they said, "Hey, we're not doing it monthly anymore."
Yep.
Guess
Drop
what?
it in whenever.
Here are 6 new ones coming out. So it's been a hot minute since this happened last. So it's expanding, offering 50 NES and 24 SNES games. So here are the games. Where are the games?
Exactly.
What the fuck? You had them here before. Okay, so here are the Super Nintendo games. You have Super Punch-Out, fucking banger.
Love it.
Kirby Superstars, absolute banger. And Breath of Fire 2. And then Star Fox 2 is going to be on here. And then the NES titles are Crystallis and then Journey to Silius. So there you go.
Nice. Nice. A couple things for me, obviously. Season 1 update of Call of Duty launched, they already have a new update that came on. They removed all night maps from hard.
Nice.
As anytime you played hardcore, you had a 90% chance of getting a night map.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was a huge fuck in the system, and so they just removed night mode completely from hardcore, which we haven't played any night mode in regular either. So,
I played a night mode about 2 to 3 hours ago.
did you?
It's still.
I
canceled.
haven't. Yeah, I
There
haven't
was
seen
a-
any.
There was a span when I don't think you were playing with it, but there was a span of like 5 games. Night maps.
Really?
It was annoying.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we played one. Infected and everything like that was included is there, but it is not in the mode that we expected it to be. It is in custom. It is still rumored that it will be an actual mode that is available for online play, but as of right now, Infected is a custom mode only.
Super quick
assuming-
sidebar on that.
Yeah.
Sorry not to cut you off. My apologies.
No,
But
you're fine, go ahead.
so when was the one you're currently reading released? Because I read one earlier that's saying it is for sure coming to public matches. It just hasn't worked out the kinks for the game yet, which I don't understand why they can't just realistically put over Infected like every other fucking game. But whatever. But it is not. It is going to be coming in a future update, but it's not like supposedly coming. Supposedly it is for sure. Not supposedly it might be coming, I guess I should say. So will be getting that along with the 3v3 gunfight as well.
Yep. Yeah, that was
Oh.
all promised in season 1, which is awesome.
Your thing that you love about play, I actually ended up getting thrown into a match earlier. Had to go pick up the weapons, so that is available now.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Good shit. Yeah, that was a cool concept. The Nintendo Switch had its best weekend in United States history on Black Friday weekend. Sold 830,000 units, which was the best-selling weekend per se in Nintendo history of America. Which is crazy. It was one of the most sold consoles of Black Friday weekend.
Huh.
So good job,
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Our Best Buy probably did like 13% of that, which is still substantial because we sold so fucking.
Hey man, now that the Switch has a lot of games on it, like people are
Yeah.
people want it.
Speaking of the Switch, Overwatch 2 is coming to the Switch on launch day of
Hell yeah!
for anyone that cares.
I'm excited.
That's still happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still
Oh,
happening.
absolutely.
So Nintendo is thriving right now.
Yeah, because Nintendo is dead. Their company's dead. They're not gonna make video games.
So good job, Nintendo. Halo Reach, for those who didn't know, the Halo Master Chief Collection released on Steam this past week.
Kind of.
Kind of.
It tried to.
It's the Master Chief Collection with the option to only play Halo Reach.
Yeah, they
But-
released Halo Reach this week.
Yeah. Nevertheless, it is Steam's most downloaded and most played game in the last 10 years.
Hell yeah!
Yep. Well, it's fucking Halo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Halo.
If you're not playing Halo, what are you doing?
So good job to them or Steam for capitalizing on that. It immediately within minutes went to #1 played game on the top rated chart within minutes of it being available, which was expected. And then speaking of Microsoft,
When it came out, it was the top streamed game on Twitch for a while.
Yep. And last but not least, speaking of Microsoft, more news has come out for the next generation of consoles. It has been confirmed that there will be different tiers of the Xbox Scarlet, Project Scarlet. One is called the Lockhart. It'll be a less expensive disk driveless system that is more cost effective for the consumer.
The Xbox SAD 2.
And then there is another one called Code Anaconda that
Don't want
will be a less powerful version of the One X. So basically, you have the almighty, the and then the cheap digital-only version. It is not said when the other two will be released, but they are eventually gonna do what they have now. They have the One X, 1S, the 1S digital.
It's sad.
So, the same concept will be releasing for the new systems as well. It is unknown if the Lockhart version will be available on launch day, the digital only, so they have two options. Most likely not, but you never know.
I'm just
We'll find
surprised
out
they're
next
gonna
year.
be dropping these guys that quickly, because like I figured they would do what they've been doing the past, I don't know how many years, releasing them as the year goes on, or as like the next year and a half, 2 years goes on for like the X, the S, and the digital. If they're gonna
Well-
allow all of them to be out, they're not gonna have much room to compete with Sony. Because Sony's, as far as I know, just releasing the PS5, then they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Well,
Consistent.
rumor
It
has
is rumored that that $150 Xbox actually sold a ton.
It's a
that it was a-
$150 Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
so
it's gonna
Makes sense
sell.
that it would, yeah.
so despite it not being very powerful, it supposedly it did phenomenal when it comes to sales, like
Mhm.
number wise.
And Nate, rumor has it that the Sony's gonna release like a PlayStation 5 and a PlayStation 5 Pro
Really?
on launch day. Yeah.
I'm confused on where they would Pro, since the 5's already gonna be top tier. What are they gonna do?
Probably the 5 Pro will do, I don't know, will probably have the ray tracing and maybe like the 8K capabilities, while the 5 will do 4K with no ray tracing. It's the only thing I can think of.
So like, I guess considering they're probably not gonna do an all digital, do you think they would have the Pro do the previously rumored then debunked, but not debunked to the point it's never coming, but like not for that one, the theoretical solid state cartridges? Or do you think they'll keep the disk drive in that one as well?
Disk drive.
Yeah, they'll
think
do
so?
a disk drive.
When do you think solid state cartridges would come then? Next gen?
I don't think so.
I
No,
think
Sony-
we're far off from that. People are so accustomed to disc. It's
Well, in that, I mean,
I mean, it's the same thing as buying a
They're
fucking
just gonna
cartridge
download.
for your Switch.
They're
Yeah.
just gonna
Yeah,
download them.
but here's the thing.
yeah,
though.
downloading's becoming huge too.
Here's the thing, though. Sony, unless they invent and like make the like the cartridges,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're not gonna put it in their stuff.
That's fair. Yeah, that's
Because-
fair.
Sony's never done cartridges. For them to change that,
Well,
that
no,
would
the
be
Vita,
huge.
the
Oh,
Vita
yeah.
had cartridges.
Kind of.
Hey, sold. You know, yeah, that's straight
If
up
you,
cartridges.
if you want to be technical too, I mean, the
I thought it had
PSP
mini discs.
The PSP even wasn't a mini disc; it was a disc within a
UMD.
white cartridge.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I remember the mini discs.
It would still have the disc spinner, but technically that is a cartridge.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever. I don't know if that
Technically,
a
you're a
cartridge technically is
cartridge.
a UMD, whatever you said. The difference there, but
UMDs are the future, guys. That's all we need
So-
to know.
yeah, that's what we're gonna get for the next fucking PlayStation.
hmm
Universe.
Everyone's
fucking-
gonna use UMDs and memory stick duos.
Hell yeah. What's your list, James? 'Cause that's all I got for news as well.
All right, so since we talked about it earlier on the podcast, the PlayStation 1 turned 25.
Yes, it did.
So why not? Let's take a look at a list from last year, the 25 best PlayStation 1 games.
Final Fantasy VII's on there.
This is from Games Radar. I guarantee Final Fantasy 7's number
If
1.
Spyro's not there, I'm having a day with the goddamn team.
Twisted Metals.
Conniption.
So number 25 is Tenchu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassin. So Tenchu, really good game. They're great games. Stealth action, all that good stuff. Made by FromSoft.
Okay.
Number 24 is Klonoa, the Door to D up.
What?
Klonoa is a 2.5D fucking Games Radar. Stop loading all your goddamn ads.
Gotta love it. Suspense.
What? I
Games
lost
Radar.
audio.
No,
No,
I
you
froze
didn't.
because Games.
Oh,
No, it's the website he's using is trash.
Yeah, Games Radar is just loading like 15 billion ads. I got one on the top, one on the bottom, and one on the side. Please, let me. I need to install an ad blocker like real bad. because fuck this bullshit. This is ridiculous. Klonoa's 2.5D side scroller adventure game. Number 25, if it was, or whatever fucking number I'm on. 23 is Suikoden 2, the classic JRPG. 22 is Driver, You Are the Wheelman, classic driving game.
The game was fun. I remember that one.
Right now, I have 4 ads on my screen. 4 ads.
Oof.
Number 21 is Spyro the Dragon.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hey, look, I got rid of like 4 of the ads. Sweet, now everything's running better. Number 20 is Spider-Man, the classic Neversoft game.
The one when like you couldn't go down, you had to be on the base with the ground.
No, you couldn't be on the ground. You had
So good.
The fart gas.
yeah, if you went down, you got killed.
Hell yeah, that game was so much fun.
Number 19 is Vagrant Story, another JRPG. 18 is Mega Man X4. Number 17 is R4 Ridge Racer Type 4, the arcade racing game. Number 16 is Street Fighter Alpha 3. Oh god, next page. Oh, here we go. Here we fucking go.
Time to free.
I'm gonna try to cancel the loading before I even go in. Number 15 is Tomb Raider 2.
Okay.
14 is Oddworld Apes Odyssey. Number 13 is Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. Oh, holy shit! Number 12 is Final Fantasy 7.
Oh.
That shook the world right there.
I'm confused on one now.
It should.
Yeah. I know, it's
Crash.
weird. Nah, I don't think Crash.
I better not see Crash.
11 is Ape Escape.
Nice. That's a fucking GOG game right there.
Ape Escape's great. Number 10
2.
is Tekken 3.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot
9 is
Tekken's game.
Worms. 9 is Worms Armageddon. I didn't know that came out on a PS.
I didn't know that came out on that either.
I played it on
Worms beat
Dreamcast.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I know, right?
The credibility
That's
of this
so
list
weird.
has been shaken.
Number 8 is Gran Turismo 2. Fun fact about Gran Turismo 2, there was a glitch in the game where you could not get 100%.
Really?
It's actually impossible. The game would actually delete some of the cars in your garage. The best you can get is 98.7% completion.
Ow. That's fucked.
Again, how do I know this? I just know it. Oh, yeah! Number 7's Parappa the Rappa.
Oh, that's
Oh
fine. I
my
love that game.
god.
Parappa the Rappa is great. Number 6 is my boy
turn.
Silent Hill.
Okay. 1 or 2? Just 1?
1. 2 was
One.
on the PS2.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Number 5 is Twisted Metal 3. I was more of a Vigilante 8 guy myself.
Why number 3 specifically? It's weird.
Uh,
I always played 2. I remember 2. Like, that was good.
Twisted Metal 3 gave us even more rapid. Okay, hold on. As soon as cars were invented, drivers dreamed of mounting machine guns on them and wreaking havoc on other motor vehicles, violently and without judgment. Twisted Metal gave us exactly that. Then Twisted Metal 2 gave us some more of that. Then Twisted Metal 3 gave us even more, wrapped it all up in a straitjacket and set it on fire, creating one big ball of flaming absurdity. That's why.
That makes okay. I like that explanation.
Number 2 is RE2.
Okay, so then 1's RE1.
Number 3 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Again, I had that on Dreamcast.
Okay.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is probably the best in the series. Number 2 is Metal Gear Solid. Fuck, what's number 1? Anyone got any guesses of what number 1 is?
Crash Bandicoot. We still haven't heard Crash Bandicoot at all.
Not what I'm thinking, but what I think it deserves it. But not Parasite Eve as much as I would wish it would be.
Madden? No.
I think Crash is
Bandicoot.
probably what it is.
Crash
I
Bandicoot.
hope it's
wasn't on
not
there.
Crash.
Yeah, but it's like their signature.
It
It's
has
their
to be.
Mario.
Crash 1, 2, and 3 have been on there.
It's probably something we've never heard of.
Legends of
probably.
Dragoon. Please be Legends of Dragoon. It's not going to be Legends of Dragoon.
Yeah, because Crash Bandicoot,
Oh,
Schroeder was right.
shit! I
It was-
forgot this came out on here.
Oh, no, it's not that either.
Number 1 is Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh.
The
Okay.
game that every fucking indie game ever made is based off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, everybody had that game.
I never played it.
Yeah, I remember it.
I played it on an
I
emulator.
remember.
That's about it.
I don't understand how Crash wasn't on the top 25. It's what rivaled Mario and Sonic. Like that was Sony's version of.
Arguably, that would be
Well-
Spyro. Spyro was like their head.
Well, no,
I'd
it was
say-
kinda, it
I
was
would say
Spyro
Crash
and Crash.
was bigger.
I think Spyro more because it was 3D. It was fully 3D
Yeah.
environment. You know, it was your Mario 64 or your Sonic Adventure.
Like for me at least, like the big four, the big four that just said PlayStation, were always Spyro, Crash, Jack and Daxter, and Ratchet and Clank. Those were like the big tops. Those are my
I
favorite
would say
games of all time.
I wouldn't do Jack and Daxter. I would do Sly Cooper. But-
Sly 2, yeah, I forgot about them. Yeah,
Yeah, Sucker Punch. Notice how it's only 3 companies.
Yeah.
Naughty
Yeah.
Dog, Insomniac, which is now both of which are owned by Sony, and Sucker Punch, which is also owned by Sony.
I'm sensing a pattern.
Yeah,
Well, back
Well,
then that's what it
Insomniac
was.
wasn't owned back then.
That's true.
And back then that's what it was though. There was only like those games.
Mhm.
Like those companies that made the games.
And then
Yeah,
you
that
had
was-
Metal Gear.
And then you had Metal Gear. Yeah.
That was a weird fucking list. Let me tell you. I tell you what.
That's hilarious that Worms beat Final Fantasy.
As a man who is now playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time, I can say I enjoy Worms Armageddon way.
Yeah, number 2 was better than number 1 for Tomb Raider, but Tomb Raider is like one of the original like 3D games. 3D animation. Like it was revolutionary for its time.
I mean, I would have liked to see Silent Hill up a little higher, but
Yeah.
you know, Silent Hill 2 is the best. Best the series had to offer.
How many more years before PlayStation 2 becomes 25 years?
I'm
That
surprised.
came
Like,
out in 2000, so 2025.
surprised like
Getting there.
Splinter Cell and nothing was on there either.
Splinter Cell was PS2.
Was it PS2? Okay.
Yeah, the only Tom Clancy game that could have been on the list was the original Rainbow Six.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, the original puzzle game, Intelligent Cube. That game was fucking hard.
What about
basically
Irritating
a-
Stick?
A line of cubes that rolled down, and you have to like navigate through them.
Oh fuck.
What did you say,
Yeah.
James?
What about Irritating Stick?
Yeah.
No one talks about Irritating Stick.
Wipeout XL.
I don't even know what that is. Irritating stick.
Really, no one talks about Irritating Stick.
Crash Team Racing. I like that game. That was.
Oh yeah, that was the Mario Kart killer.
That was the rival of Mario Kart 64. Those two battled head to head.
Mario.
Ridge Racer.
CTR was objectively more.
I fucking remember Parappa the Rappa.
Proper rap. I have 2 somewhere.
I'm surprised
Yes, 2.
8 or Final Fantasy 8 or Final Fantasy 9 wasn't.
I'm surprised 9 people don't like 8. There's
Yeah,
there's
people
a
love
small
9.
There's a small subsect of people that absolutely love 8, and they say every other Final Fantasy is nowhere near as good, but they're just such a small vocal minority. But then it's the battle between Final Fantasy 5 or Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7, and Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah, a lot of people are obsessed with 9. I'm surprised that wasn't on there.
9 was a love letter to the series.
Yeah.
Up until that point, it was a love letter to the series.
I'm also a little surprised Duke Nukem, even though I know the majority, well, like here at least, don't like the game, but that was a fairly large game, like the original Duke Nukem.
But that's more of an MS DOS kind of game.
Yeah, that was PC.
Yeah.
No, I mean
that-
it was. I played it on PlayStation 1 as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Well, and also, you know, I mean, okay, Half-Life 1 was on PS2,
Okay.
No.
so people associate that more with PC.
Yeah, that's fair.
Legend of
Dragoon.
Legaia.
Oh, Legaia.
Legaia, yeah. The Final Fantasy 7 like copycat RPG. That's
Yeah,
why
you wanna know-
that's why it never did good, because it was too similar.
Well, if you want a really good RPG that's better than Final Fantasy 7, play Legends of Dragoon. That game is fantastic, and no one talks about it.
The
because it's not Final
original
Fantasy 7.
war game, Modern Warfare. That's what started the genre of war games. Was Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare came out for the PS1.
Yo, hold on. Wasn't Medal of Honor on the original PS1
Yeah,
as well?
Medal of Honor.
Why the fuck wasn't that on there?
That's what I meant. Medal of Honor, not Modern Warfare. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it was
Medal
on
of Honor was
PC
my
first.
shit.
Sorry, Medal
Yeah,
of Honor. That's what I meant. I didn't mean Modern Warfare. Medal started the war genre because then Medal of Honor and Call of Duty competed on the PS2, and unfortunately the Call of Duty won.
Mhm.
But
Well, because most of the team that made Medal of Honor went over to make Call of Duty.
yeah,
Wasn't Hitman on the PS1 as well, or was that 2?
PS2.
Okay.
Man, there were a lot of real bangers on the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
the original Madden 98. Not the original Madden because you could play Madden for the
Super
Nintendo, but the
John
like the-
Madden football.
yeah, John Madden football. The actual Madden came
The
out
modern incarnation of Madden.
in 98.
I'm just happy Pro Skater 2 is on there.
Yeah. Tony Hawk's, those are always forever be classics. Dino Crisis.
Oh yeah, Dino Crisis. That's a good game. That was a pretty fun Resident Evil clone by the same company.
You want to play Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs?
Exactly. who could want more?
Just go to the arcade. It's still one of the most popular arcade games, isn't it? At most arcades.
House of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was gonna
it
say
is.
it's Probably House.
Yo, they're remaking Typing of the Dead, and I'm happy. I'm excited about it.
Good
I
shit.
I had Typing of the Dead on my Dreamcast. I had the keyboard and everything.
Did you really?
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen footage from Typing of the Dead?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, so for
I'll have to
those
look
who
it up.
haven't, instead of having a gun, they had a keyboard strapped to the front of their body, and on the back was the Sega Dreamcast. And that's how you killed the zombies by typing out sentences as fast as you could.
Oh, it popped up and you had to type what showed up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's fucking hilarious. Clout on the ear. That's hilarious. I like it. Well, good shit, boys. I got no more news.
Me neither.
It's another
Yo.
early podcast day.
Yeah. The only news that I have is releases.
Early?
Yes.
It's like 3 hours.
Releases.com.
You
We
remembered
have
this week.
Yeah, I even remembered. We have until the 15th. Okay. So, on today, if you're in the Eastern Standard Time, Ashen comes out for the PS4 and Switch, and GTFO comes out for the PC. I forgot that was even a thing. Then on the 10th, you've got Shovel Knight Showdown coming out for the Switch and PS4. You have Black Sad Under the Skin coming out for the PS4 and Switch. There's another Mech Warrior game coming out. Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries comes out on the PC on the 10th. Shovel
I
Knight
love
King
those
of
games.
Cards. They're great. Shovel Knight King of Cards, another Shovel Knight game, comes out on the 10th for the Switch and PS4. What the fuck is that?
Why are they
Of-
bringing Call
That's
of
what she said.
Juarez to the
Haha.
Yeah.
Switch?
Avicii Invector comes out on the PS4 and PC on the 10th. Call of Juarez Gunslinger comes out on the Switch on the 10th. Riverbond comes out on the Switch on
That's a weird
the
one.
10th. Terminator Resistance. Is no one going to mention the Avicii game?
I mean, I just.
That's weird, right? Am I the only one that thinks that's weird?
What are they gonna do with it? Like, is it gonna be a
Rhythm
beat
game?
game?
Yeah,
Rhythm
it looks
game?
like a rhythm game.
Terminator Resistance comes out for the PS4 and Xbone on the 10th. Riftkeeper comes out on the Xbone on the 10th. Hearthstone Descendants of Dragons comes out on the PC on the, you guessed it, the 10th. Boneworks comes out on the PC on the 10th. Dragon Quest Builders 2 comes out for the PC on the 10th. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD comes out on the PC on the 10th. The 11th, you have Headliner Novi News, Xbox One on the 11th. Ultimate Racing 2D comes out for the Xbox One on the 11th. Transport Fever 2 comes out for the PC on the 11th. Metalloid Origin comes out for the Xbone on the 11th. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, something of New York. The expansion for Masquerade Bloodlines, like a 10-year-old game, comes out on the PC on the 11th. Stone comes out on the Xbone on the 11th. The 12th, you got Pathologic
cool.
2 Part 1 on the Xbox. What's cool?
So, for those who don't know what Stone is, did you guys ever hear the movie Sing a couple years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stone was the guy who put on the play. Not the play, but put on the show. Stone
The
was
Sing.
this. So this is he is a hungover he's a hungover koala detective. Stone embarks on a new journey outside of Sing. You need to find out what happens next.
Whoa.
So basically, they're taking his Sing character and making him a detective.
Whoa. Pathologic 2 Part 1 comes out on the Xbone on the 12th. Genso Skydrift comes out for the Switch and PC on the 12th. Comes out for the Switch and PS4 on the 12th. Super Epic The Entertainment War comes out for the PC and PS4 on the 12th. Jamestown Plus comes out for the Switch and PC on the 12th. Detroit Become Human shits itself onto the PC on the 12th. Dead End Job comes out for the Switch and PC on the 13th. Weekless comes out for the Xbox One on the 13th. Whew.
Really quick for movies, because there's a couple big ones. Where we at here? It 2 comes out on Blu-ray on the 10th. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a movie that Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt are get Oscar. Coming out on the 10th. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino's 9th movie. For those who wanted to know. Where we at here? Where was the last one? And Jumanji, The Next Level, comes out on the 13th. Can it repeat what it did 2 years ago, where it just absolutely destroyed Star Wars?
Probably.
Star Wars beat it on its initial weekend, and then Jumanji came back and beat it for straight month.
Probably.
I guess it all depends how this Star Wars will do. So we'll see if Jumanji can have the same luck and become the highest grossing movie in Sony history, because Jumanji became that. If you don't include Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
If you include Spider-Man, then Spider-Man was the highest grossing Sony movie of all time. If you don't,
Which Spider-Man?
Jumanji is the highest grossing Sony movie of all time.
Which Spider-Man?
Both of them.
There's multiple. There's
Well,
like 8
Tom Holland, I
Spider-Man.
assume, correct?
Yeah, Homecoming
Okay.
and Far From Home.
Okay. Because there's 7 Spider-Man movies, man.
Alright. Yeah, no, if you include those, Spider-Man is the highest. If you include the Tom Holland Spider-Man, they're the 2 highest grossing. If you don't, Jumanji, the one with The Rock and Kevin Hart, is the highest grossing Sony movie.
2 of those Spider-Man movies that should have never been made.
So we'll see if this second Jumanji has the same luck as it did 2 years ago. I highly doubt it. I feel that this Star Wars movie is gonna undo the bad things from number 8, but different director.
X to doubt. Sorry, X to bad cop.
It's a bad cop.
So, boys, that's a podcast.
Nice.
That is
Sounds like it.
cast of the pod. Couple future things. Obviously, the next couple will be interesting when it comes to scheduling. We'll post as necessary. Next week, the 15th and the 22nd, Best Buy is open extended hours. So it may not be all of us on the podcast. We'll be doing it one way or the other. Some of us may not be here based on schedule, and we may be doing it Monday instead of Sunday. We'll see how everything plays out, because Best Buy is open until 11 p.m. So 10 p.m. next Sunday, 11 p.m. the following Sunday. So based on what everyone works, we'll make it happen. So as well as keep an eye out for the year-end episode.
When are we doing the year-end episode?
Well, New Year's Day is on a Wednesday.
My
You can
dudes.
do it the 29th, which is that Sunday before New Year's Day. Kind of whenever you guys
Well,
want.
no,
doesn't matter to me.
that's the regular podcast. Do you want to have a
Um,
regular podcast and then the end of the year, or do you want to just do an end of the year? Instead of
skip the
pocket.
29th and go right to like the 1st or the 2nd.
It's up to you. Doesn't matter to me.
Well, we'll figure out.
We'll figure it out
We'll
off
talk
stream.
it out. We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk it out. We'll let you guys know what we decide. So, but keep an eye out for that. We'll be doing all the year-end in review, best news, best games, what happened, what we like, what we don't like, and talk about this amazing epic year for the Level Unlock podcast. Where
Inaugural
can we?
year.
Yeah, the inaugural year, the first one.
All
gonna
right,
be
guys,
exciting.
What's coming up? What's coming out?
James.
Well, so I kind of have an actual schedule now with streaming. Hopefully, can't wait for me
Nice.
to break that as soon as I say it.
It's how it
So,
always
hey.
happens, bro.
It is. Hey, do you guys like Pokemon?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So go watch me on Mondays and Tuesdays in the mornings, maybe, or night, who knows, when I stream Pokemon Shield. Hey, do you guys like Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
Hey, you can watch that on Fridays and Saturdays at night on twitch.tv/PeopleIHateStudios. Hey, do you guys like Yakuza 0?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch me and my buddy play that on youtube.com/PeopleIHateStudios. Same with Final Fantasy VII, the game that everyone hates. And then me and Nate are gonna be playing some fighting games, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, we're
More
gonna play
than-
some fighting.
like
We're
solid like 80%.
solid like 80% that we're gonna
Yeah.
play fighting games. So those will be coming out in the near future on youtube.com/PeopleIHateStudios. And then if you
Nice.
like, do you guys like spicy memes?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, yeah.
We are
Yeah, you
monsters
can-
after all.
You can check those out at PeopleIHate10 on Twitter.
Nice. Mr. Jeffrey.
Yeah. Probably just gonna be doing the best I can with the work schedule that's coming up. Gonna finish up Cuphead this week. I was supposed to do it last week, but I had a technical issue that I couldn't quite figure out. But I got it sorted out actually this evening while we were chilling.
Nice.
So we should be moving forward with regularly scheduled programming. So Cuphead on probably Wednesday. Thursday, the Battle Royale. Friday, something. I don't know. Sunday, this. So that's about all I got set in stone. Tuesday,
I like it.
I might do something on Tuesday, but that's up in the air. So, yeah. And then I can be found on Splash Screen Gaming on Twitch and YouTube and Team Splash Screen on Facebook and Instagram and Splash Screen G on the Twitter.
Good shit.
That's
What about
about
you,
it.
Mark?
I still haven't figured out streaming yet. We'll get there.
One of
I'll
these days.
typically play games with these guys on Thursdays, and then I'm here on Sundays. You can find me on Twitch or YouTube at MarkDude701 or Instagram at Mark.exe.
I like it. Nathaniel.
So, I promise nothing. But
Same.
I'm gonna preface. I have no.
You promised nothing. I was still disappointed.
Yeah. Oh, Star Wars. Anyway, so theoretically, if everything works out and my thing doesn't want to just randomly disconnect on me like it did tonight for whatever reason, this is the second stream I've been running tonight because it just disconnected me, but that's cool. Anyway, I will hope to stream some more storyline for Reach if James is down and anyone else who wants to come in, because it's 4 players for story, so
Player.
feel free. I know,
Can't stream it.
unfortunately, I was about to preface. Unfortunately, James's thing had last time. Didn't like that very much.
Really doesn't
Which-
like Reach.
I still don't understand why it's so CPU based when it could definitely use a dedicated graphics card, but all right. But yeah, that's the idea, is to do some Halo. Possibly tomorrow night if people are down. Because I got free time tomorrow night. Tuesday night, I actually had an idea, because I know you tend to do technical Tuesdays.
I was gonna see if you maybe wanted to bullshit about some things on Tuesday night, Schroeder. If that's a possibility. 'Cause
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I kind of want to
Give me a reason to
bullshit
do the
about
show.
politics. Yeah, I kind of want to bullshit about like politics and shit with someone who enjoys talking politics and doesn't feel like they have to talk politics. Like we'll figure that out if you'd like. So possibly Monday and Tuesday has a schedule. Wednesday, I'm more than likely gonna be having a break. Wait, what's up?
Wednesday, my dudes.
Wednesday, night. Yeah, Wednesday's probably gonna be my break. Thursday night, back at it at the Battle Royale with Cheese. Hanging out with Schroeder, Mark, and everyone else who decides to join.
Hopefully Walker. I already know.
Yeah, if Walker ever wants to fucking get on and not just eat while he's in the chat.
Did he do that
Fucker.
last time? Really?
Yeah,
I did.
Mans is just
That's-
chilling in chat, munching
that's-
down.
That's such a Walker move.
Can't help it. I'm on my computer too. I literally had to just click over.
Honestly. But yeah, Friday on, we'll see what happens. I'm probably gonna end up playing some custom games on COD. If I can get everyone here to go on to fucking Halo, I'd kind of like to get some form of scheduled custom games for Halo now. That's gonna be a lot of fun if we have the right person DMing and I take too long, too meticulous. So
Yeah.
James wants to do that. Can DM in another platform as well.
I could DM in another platform. I could DM in as many platforms that isn't Dungeons and Dragons.
Speaking of that, because we talked about it before and then we all got it and now no one's talking about it. I still want to do fucking Dungeons and Dragons
You just
soon. I
let
know
me
we have a
know,
DM
and
who
I will,
wants to-
Tabletop.
I will
wants to do it.
shoot. I will
Um,
shoot the text message, my dude.
Saturday night
Whenever you
social.
want to.
It's not like we're all in a group text together.
Yeah. God.
Well, Saturday nights.
Nate's
is
gone.
Fire Emblem though.
Yep.
Yep, Nate is
Nate's
gone.
gone.
All right. How about you? Who's
I
left?
love you,
Walker?
Nate. I was. Damn, I had a joke too. Son of a bitch, Nate. Anyways,
Quick, say the joke. Say the joke.
Oh, it's ruined now.
Well, what's the joke? I want to
I
know.
was gonna
now.
ask him, what about Candace?
a little bit of usage
Oh,
because
there he
there's a
is.
lot of cool stuff on there. But yeah, that's me.
You just froze for like a minute straight, and you were talking the whole time. Like
My
nothing
audio is still
happened.
going through though.
No.
No, you were just frozen on a
Oh.
screen.
So what I
Walker, you
said.
say the joke.
I'll wait until we keep going.
So what I said was, go check out SoSickClothing.co. Use code YFKit for 15% off store wide. I do read the chat, you bastard. Anyway, I just wasn't right now. I'm talking. But yeah, go over to SoSickClothing.co. Use YFKit for 15% off store wide. And as I was saying, even if you don't want to buy anything, go check out the page. They got a lot of cool shit on there. Maybe some piques your interest, maybe you don't. Just why not? It's just a link. Fucking send it. Yeah, that's all for me.
What about Candace, Nate?
Who the fuck is Candace?
Can this dick fit in your mouth?
Fucking got me good. Got me fucking.
I'm sorry, neighbors.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Your neighbors probably do have a strong dislike.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Especially since their bedroom is like right
No,
right
I
on the
wouldn't
other
they?
side.
Hell yeah.
Like it's a stone. It's like an arm.
I've been literally planning that for like 2 days straight. I'm like, oh, I gotta find the right time to get Nate with this.
Clever boy, clever boy.
That's all I've been thinking about. I was gonna do it earlier in the podcast, but I did.
It's a good way to end it, I suppose.
And for myself, I need to get back into streaming. It's as simple as just hitting the fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, you play
go
enough
live
fucking
button.
games.
Need to be
Yeah.
like Nike and just do it, bro.
Yeah, fucking playing. I play video games pretty much every night, so I don't know. I don't
Nah, he's more like Homer Simpson. Just do it later.
exactly. For myself, Captain Geach 15. Trying to figure out a way how to get rid of the 15 concept, but it's probably not going to happen.
Oh, it'll work
Um,
eventually.
But I've tried multiple different avenues, changing the Captain Geach, different abbreviations. Who knows who that fuck Captain Geach was super fucking popular. It's like, geesh. I even went back to putting Captain underscore Geach, taking out the 15, and that's taken too.
Popular thing from popular movie is popular.
Exactly. Obviously this every Sunday, and then kind of doing whatever throughout the week. Call of Duty, Sea of Thieves, pretty much the only 2 games I play. Obviously did play Halo, but keeping that going. That's it for me though. So make sure you like it. Email us levelandlockpodcast@gmail.com. You follow us, comment on our tweets, and show us some love at what, James?
No, I was gonna do a bet, but I decided not to. LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
Sure is. And from all of us at Level Unlock Podcast, thanks to you all for hanging out. Next Sunday.
True.
Is
Sunday.
Have a good night, guys. Be easy. Thanks for your
Y'all
time.
have a solid night, peeps.
peace.